Welcome back. Man, I tell you, the guy that we have today he's going to change your life with the information he's going to share with you. His name is Billy Graham Jr. But listen, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Billy, tell the people who you are.
As you already know, just said, I'm Billy Graham Jr., owner of Committed Development, and I'm here to help you use your gift to live in your purpose.
Did you hear that? He said he's here to help you use your gift to live in your purpose. Now, somebody like that, they've spent some time developing themselves. So, Billy, tell the audience, what are some of the things you've done to develop yourself personally?
Well, it's funny you asked that question because the personal development I didn't even know was happening throughout my 20 years in the military. They kept focusing on professional development. And it wasn't until years later that I realized that they kind of go hand in hand. So some of the things I learned from the classes to the books that I've read, they were actually developing me for my job, and they were personally developing me as well.
Oh, cool. So with those things that you did, you said some of the courses and some of the books and how they started to develop you even from a personal level, not just professionally, but personally. So you've taken that information, you've taken all of those lessons that you learned. How have you taken that and used that to help develop other people?
Well, when I say courses and books, yes, they happened on the military side, but that first book, that one that my grandmother placed in my hand, was the Bible.
Okay.
And that one was the foundation, because that's the motto for Committed Development. The commitment is the foundation of your success. Right. And if you have no foundation, we can't even continue to develop. So we have to find that foundation. And part of that foundation that I noticed through reading the Bible is that God gave us all gifts. And many people don't even know what their gift is, let alone how to use it. Right. So through the Bible, through different courses I've taken, like right now I'm finishing up my master's in organizational leadership, because in order to lead, you have to first lead yourself. Yes. And part of leading yourself is knowing where you're going. Right. And if you don't know where you're going, you're not living in your purpose. You're just out there wandering in the world. So those are the things coupled with, I just read another great book by my great friend. I call her Mama Boss. It's Speak, Coach, Train by Barbara H. Smith. That's another book that helps lead you into your personal development so you can use those gifts that God gave you so that you can live in your purpose. Those are just a couple of the things that I picked up during my time as well, during my military time.
So now you use all of that information to help lead other people. So tell a little bit about what it is you do.
So I won't go too deep because I just finished up my book called Gift Seekers Live in Your Purpose. And it has all those nuggets and jewels that you're looking for in there. But in an overall snapshot, what I do is I help people define their story. And with any story, it has a who, what, when, where, how, the 5 W's, the stuff we learned in school. Right. So in order to do that, you have to understand that you're the main character in your story. So when it comes to your story and you being the main character, you have to know who you are. You have to know what your purpose is. You have to know where to begin. You have to know when you're going to start. You have to know why you're doing it. Those are those 5 W's. And there's some couple of other jewels that come after that, but you have to read that in the book. But the gist of it, you have to understand your 5 W's in order to live in your purpose.
And that is so true. And you said something that really is near and dear to my heart. It's really understanding who you are and what you bring to the table, because knowing your purpose, knowing your why, knowing your reason, it gives you a reason for being. It gives you a purpose. It gives you an assignment. And so many people spend their lives not really understanding their true purpose, their true calling, their true gifting. And they leave other people waiting for them to show up. And I tell people all the time, I said, if you never understand or know who you are, anything can stop you. But once you do understand who you are, nothing can. Nothing can stop you. And just like you, I want to spend my life encouraging people to understand themselves, understand who they are. That's why our slogan is making motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. Because so many people really don't know who they are. They really have no idea what they're capable of. And they have been fed a script, a narrative that the world has given them. But I know for a fact that if you spend some time understanding yourself, understanding who you are, evaluating where you are versus where you want to be, seeing your gifts, your abilities, and your talents, you will then go on to discover your own greatness and then the responsibility that comes with that. Because I've said before, to whom much is given, this course is the scripture, much is required. And if you've been given much, that means that's required much. But a lot of people, they don't see the responsibility in their gifting. So that's what I like about what you do, is helping people to understand their purpose, because understanding their purpose also helps them to understand the responsibility that comes with that purpose.
Yes.
So now you say you have a consulting company. I know you are an author and you've written books. Now, if somebody wanted to, let's say, follow you, if somebody wanted to find out more about you, how would they get in contact with you?
So the best way I tell people to follow me now is because, you know, it's technology. We're in the days and the age of social media.
Right.
So if you go to Facebook, Billy Graham Jr. 2.0, you go to Instagram, Billy Graham Jr. 2.0, you go to TikTok, because, hey, the younger generation is at TikTok. And I really believe if you want to reach people, you have to reach them where they're at. So right. TikTok, Billy Graham Jr. 2.0. You can even watch the TV show that I had, a Billy Graham Jr. TV show. It live streams on Billy Graham Jr. 2.0 as well as YouTube. So like and subscribe to the YouTube, Billy Graham Jr. 2.0. Or if you just need that daily message, Twitter, Mr. Billy Graham Jr. Those are the best ways to get in touch with me. We interact because we're all about helping you live in your purpose.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. That is so great, man. It sounds like you're doing some incredible things. But listen, I just have one final question. Do you have any last thoughts for our audience?
Yes. So we already mentioned something about people walking around the earth. And then when the time comes for you to go back home, go back to the dirt, you go back to the cemetery. And we want to bankrupt the cemetery. It's too many great ideas, unwritten books, people that had innovative ideas, people that did not get to live in their purpose, that are gone, and they left that and they're gone to the grave. So I want you to be the first one to take that first step, because people can't follow in your footsteps if you're not moving. And the only way you can do that is by living in your purpose. So I empower you. I want you to live in your purpose, with purpose, on purpose.
Wow. That is some incredible advice. And I know that somebody is going to take heed to.